1. Hey,
wow,
everybody.
Hello there, everyone.
What? We made it. It's
We made it in a technical issue
laborious.
storm. We
are live.
But we are live. There may just be some
Solar
live editing.
flare, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's some like weird things going on in the cosmos right now.
Is there a moon in retrograde or some shit?
I think so.
What the fuck?
Venus, maybe. I don't know. Uranus.
Uranus.
Uranus, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are live, and hopefully
wow.
everybody can see us.
Can't seem to. Yes, let us know if we sound like garbage. Probably me. I sound like garbage because I'm sick. But other than that, welcome to Trailer Talk. Today we're joined by Pagan and Stephanie. No PJ today. He's out gallivanting the world.
Yeah.
Fucking bad.
In Europe. I've seen some photos.
Anyway.
As he said the last time, I don't know
You seen some photos? You stalker, you.
Oh.
Yeah, of course I would stalk his wife. She's hot. Have you seen her?
She's beautiful.
Damn. No, she is.
She's a model.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, without PJ, the show might be better, or it may not. I mean, we'll just see. It'll be just one of those moments where we'll like go back and we'll watch it and be like, yeah. We all just take a vote, and then he never comes back.
Is it like
We'll
the
see.
Tonys
I
with
don't
no
know.
writers?
See how this goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's on writer strike, and we're like, peace out. We're gonna use
Peace
that
out,
guy
bitch.
instead.
Yeah.
Because that's how I segue. Because I kind of wanted to talk about the writer strike real quick.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you guys noticed. It's still going.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's been apparent to anybody here. Has it affected you guys at all? Like the strike? Has you guys seen anything like? I mean, content seems to kind of still be flowing right now.
Yeah.
Are you guys hearing any news or worried about any of your favorite shows?
No.
I haven't heard anything, and I'm not so much worried. There's like one show, it's not like a great show, but it's still like, I used to love like CSI shows, and then they had a new CSI Vegas that came out, so I was like, ooh, they're bringing back some of the oldies, so I was like, sure, I'll watch that. Like, I'll bring some, they've got all the original people. But it's not like a great show, like writing-wise, sorry, writers, but it's just, it's predictable.
Sure.
So it's one of those shows, like, they ended on a cliffhanger. It's kind of like, okay, like, if it doesn't get renewed, I'm okay. But, like, at the same time, I'm just kind of like, that would be a really crappy place to end.
Right.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
so I don't know. It's interesting. Like, Ted Lasso, like, I don't know if that's done or not. Like, Jason Sudeikis, like, he seems to be done. But I think some people, like, on the cast would like it if maybe there was, like, another season. But I haven't finished the 3rd season, so I don't know how things ended. But
Yeah, I would actually agree,
Well,
but
no
I think
spoilers
I won't spoil anything for a Ted Lasso season, but I think that I read somewhere that they were just, or I think, did you say it last week as well, Drew, that you were just like, they had an ending and that's just how it was, like they're always going to end up in that position in Ted Lasso. So that is the end. Take care. Bye-bye. Because it's not a spoiler,
Yeah,
but
I
it
mean,
definitely
again,
felt rushed in the last 2 episodes.
okay.
Sure. Yeah. I think it has something to do with Jason. He kind of wanted out, or he's kind of done, and and they kind of got to a place where his character can have that moment. But I still feel like Apple TV, no one's announced anything. It's kind of like it's an interesting, it's kind of like just sits at Apple TV never said it's the final season. No one ever promoted it as the final season.
Yeah, true.
It was sort of just one, it was just this thing. It just sort of ended this way, and the actors have been talking about it like it's the last one.
Yeah.
And in the sense that, like, in my head, the way I hear it, the business side of it is, their contracts might be up. They probably signed a 3-season deal, and they wrote an ending to the show.
Yeah.
Now Apple has to decide:
What
did
they're
it make
gonna
us a shit ton of money, or is this a good way to like Netflix it and say like 3 seasons is enough? We'll move on to the next great idea.
Yeah.
Or do a spin-off show or something like that is in the Ted Lasso universe from one of the characters or something like that. So, I think there might be potential to do something else with some other characters, but. I don't know if it'll be as successful, because the show was called Ted Lasso. It's not,
Oh yeah, very true.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
kind of hard to do without the title character.
Yeah. So I think that show might be done, but a spinoff or something like that may come, which is interesting because it's interesting you brought up CSI, because like the thing that seems like that's holding up the writer strike, and I just want to talk about this briefly, is this idea of the AI kind of came about like a month ago, and the writers, and it's like this new thing that they want to make sure that they're protected by. Because I think a lot of writers out there are worried, especially screenwriters and scriptwriters and writers, room writers. They're saying like a lot of studios are looking at AI and being like, we have 200 episodes of CSI out there that we could plug into an algorithm and say, hey, write me a season of CSI, and based on from it would take the previous episodes, the formula, the type of writing. And I bet you AI could write a pretty damn good CSI episode, or like any sort of formulaic TV show. I think AI could probably do a decent job, right?
Yeah.
At least it would get it 90, 85, maybe 90% there. And then maybe you could, bring in a writer to do some tweaks or something. But, I think it's something to be worried about. Now, if you take a show like Ted Lasso, for example, or like a prestige TV show that has like Andor or something like that, AI may not be able to do something that creative. But is this a concern for you guys? Do you think this is a worry that they should be worried about? And do you think what should studios be doing to kind of like quell these sort of concerns that these writers may have? Do you think they have a valid concern?
I get them. I do understand it. I think that there was something proposed recently where they were like, oh, whenever there's a new show, there should just be like a set, like it depends on the size and scale of the show, but then it should be like, you should have a set number of writers. Whether or not you use all those writers, you must pay all them on the roster and be like, here's 20 writers, and they must be like, because of like workflow management and like overtime and crunch and all this kind of stuff. I, on one hand, like really agree with that, but then on the other hand, I'm like, you can't just be on a roster and get paid for it just in case you might be used. I think that's kind of wrong, because then you're also taking credit and like money away from the writers that are being used. So I kind of feel like that argument, I don't know if that was real or not, but like it just seemed a bit like that seems far-fetched. But I think that they deserve decent pay and decent competition for what they do. And like what boggles my mind is that producers and actors, specifically actors, get paid like so much money for just being the face. And I'm like, you didn't need, like, like they didn't write anything, like didn't come up with the grueling hours that it takes to just like write this whole story. And without the story, you don't have anything for the actors to work on. So I think it's such a wild thing that like actors are paid millions and writers get like a fraction. I think it's weird.
It's like the same for like all the like the set design, like crews, the hair and makeup and costumes. Like they put all the hours of work into like physically making those characters come to life. Like so there's so many different little pieces. It's like that's why it's like I always like to sit like at the end of a movie and watch the credits, because there's all these people. Like it wasn't just the actors, it wasn't just the director, it wasn't just the producer. So the whole AI thing, like it's interesting. Like I've messed around with it a little bit, and like Photoshop has a new feature that like you can use AI to generate things within an image that you're creating that I want to test out for fun. Like but at the end of the day, when it comes to like that kind of stuff, like it is kind of scary, because there's all this stuff now in like Premiere. There's like an AI editing software.
True.
Like there's all these
AI,
different things that are being created, and it's like, okay, like 10 years from now, like what's gonna happen? How extreme is it going to be?
I don't know if I want to leave like what happened? Did we drop the world on its head or something? Aren't the robots supposed to do like the grueling work? Don't let the robots do the cool, creative, fun stuff.
No,
we want to do that. We want to like get them to do the stuff that nobody wants to do, like mine for coal and shit. Can we like do the writing? Because if not, we will have to go back to manual labor. And do you see these nails? That's not maybe not. It's not for everybody.
No.
Just saying. I think it's a big concern, but at the same time, I just don't think AI will ever get the same You just can't, like, it's just not the same as human writing. It's just not the same.
Mm.
I mean, okay. I mean,
On the fence
listen.
with this?
I'm on the fence of this. I do think there's some genuine concern, and I do think AI is doing the dirty work. When you think about like for example, we were just playing around and we said, write an outline for the next Uncharted movie, right? And it
Oh, yeah,
spit
true.
out an outline in
And that
90
became
seconds.
Mission Impossible. Would you
And-
believe it?
And
Wow.
would you believe that? And we made a Tom Cruise movie.
And we made
Crazy.
Mission
And-
Impossible
and that's-
billion number.
And
yeah.
that's how that's done.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. Listen, was it perfect? No, but it did a lot of work that would have taken me or someone else like a lot of hours of research
Yeah.
to kind of like
True.
go through, look up, like find an artifact, like do some, like, and it did like an outline, and it didn't like write it. I mean, it didn't write the script, but it gave me a lot of structure that, from a writer's block standpoint, I would have sat there and stared at a screen, like, okay, what's chapter 2 should be titled? Like, it just fucking cranked, right? Like, it didn't care. It didn't have those emotions of like, oh, what should I do? And it just, and I could say, do it again, and it would give me another 5 chapters, and it continues to iterate. And I think that is good for writers because it could help people write faster, and better writers write better. But I also think shitty writers, and maybe those writers that you were saying, Stephanie, that on CSI maybe that show isn't written very well. Maybe that's a show that AI could just be like, I could take over
Probably.
90% of that, and then you
Yeah.
hire one writer. A fear here, and I think it's very. I think they should be worried, and I think the studios need to do some sort of clause where it's like, hey, we won't be using AI for at least 2 years or something. Like, I don't know, like something where the writers feel secure in their jobs for an indefinite amount of time in the future, so that they can figure out a way how to deal with AI, because it's so new, right? It's sort
Oh,
of,
yeah.
so I do think there needs to be a negotiation where the studios are like, hey, we won't incorporate AI into any of our shows or productions for X amount of time until we figure out how to best utilize it into our production workflow and how to best, monetize it from a writer standpoint. But yeah, it'll be interesting.
I wonder if
I
there's
just
a way
kinda
to
wanted to bring
do
that up.
like AI Mad Libs. Like, like how you would fill things in. I feel it'd be fun to do like an AI like based, like where it writes you like comedy or like jokes, and like just like give them to Nolan and be like, what do you think of this?
I actually think that would be kind of fun. That would be a cool segment. We'll just get AI to write a bunch of jokes, a bunch of
Yeah.
dad jokes,
Yeah.
and get Nolan to read them out. I think that'd be really good. Speaking of your CSI, did you see the NCIS news?
No.
NCIS Sydney have just cast their leading roles, including our very own Todd Lassance.
What?
So
Wait a second.
congratulations to Todd
No
Lassance, who
way.
landed the lead,
That's
one of the
so
leading roles
cool.
in NCIS Sydney.
Ooh.
Nice.
I only just thought of it
Well,
when you said
Todd,
CSI, and I was
oh.
like, is that the thing that he... Oh, no, it's NCIS.
Yeah.
New show to watch.
You should watch.
I'll
Yeah.
have to call him and say, hey, and let us know how your AI writing is.
I will
Yeah.
play.
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
play a dead body on the show. I will just lie there.
Yeah. NCIS. Yeah, if you want to fly me out to Sydney and be a
Although-
corpse, I will do
Yes. We'll be
that.
twins.
Hit me up. Yeah.
Just
That
in a
is
place
so
where there's
cool.
no
We'll have
bugs
to
or
have-
like big spiders.
We'll have to have Todd on the show, and when the new Sid show has a trailer. We'll have Todd on.
Yeah, that'd be really good, actually. That'd be great. We'll have to reach out to him. I don't know. I kind of want to just be one of those extras in the pathology lab or whatever. One of those special extras, and they'd be like, your results are in. And then they just, hand over their thing.
Yes.
Can't do the Australian accent, though. I'll have to be a foreign exchange.
That's it.
A foreign exchange pathologist.
You aspire to such great things.
Thank you. Yeah,
Pagan.
that's
Sometimes
listen.
it
The
amazes
majority
me.
of all of my roles, Drew, I was prepared for this. Okay, it's just been walk on
Okay.
screen, hand this thing to that person. I'm like, yes, sir, I got
I'm just
you.
saying, maybe have a dream of being like, I want to be the actor that is the main villain. At least that's a step up, for that episode, rather than the person who hands over a piece of
I just
paper.
want to just the one episode as
Amazing.
well, like just the one, like no credit, no
Yeah.
name.
What if you're the sleeper bad guy for the whole season arc, but you've been in there since
Oh
the
my
beginning
God,
and
yeah,
you
that'd be
Todd.
great.
Yes. Those
Yeah,
are always
yeah,
so
Like on
good.
the inside.
Yes.
I should
Yeah.
write.
Yeah, the
AI
whole
wrote that, by the
time.
way. I didn't come up with
Nice.
that idea.
Oh,
AI
wow.
did.
AI is a good one.
Um,
Listen, just call up my agent, tell them the things, and yeah, let's hook up.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
like, I know a guy.
Australians,
Oh, there you go.
Todd's like, I've never heard of this girl named Pagan.
Yeah, I've never heard of her before. There's all this footage online. No, I don't believe there is.
that is not her.
It's,
Those are lies. It's AI generated.
yeah.
It is not
AI
real.
generated.
She's not real. She doesn't even sound Irish.
All right.
Anyway.
Irish.
Irish.
Right?
Yeah.
Irish. Well, I don't have a good segue, but we're gonna
Australian.
watch some trailers now.
True.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know
Yeah,
what?
you're right.
Stephanie was lining that up for you so well. She's like, speaking of Australians, let's move on to the film with Margot Robbie. It's okay, Drew. You'll
Fuck,
get
you're
it
the
next
new
time.
host, Steph.
Oh, boy.
Suck. I'm
This
gonna
is
blame
Drew's
bad
movie
coffee
for the
I'm
day.
drinking.
This is his movie.
I know. I guess that's why I'm delaying it.
Yeah.
I don't.
You have so much
Okay,
to say.
we're gonna watch Barbie. We're gonna watch the Barbie trailer. Okay.
Barbie,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
watch Barbie. Okay, ready? Oh, the
Yeah.
frames.
Let's just watch this trailer. Barbie's in a land. It's perfect, and
It's
she's
pink.
got a
Let's go for it. Why not?
existential
Caused a
crisis.
shortage of
Press.
pink paint.
Play in 3,
It's
2, 1, play.
I love this shot.
She's so
much.
cute. Oh god.
is this Sex in the
perfection.
City?
Hey Barbie,
It does look like that.
can I come to your house tonight?
Sure.
She
I
can
don't have
fucking
anything
fly.
big planned, just a giant blowout
What's
party
going
with
on
all
here?
the Barbies and planned choreography and a
I mean,
bespoke song. You
honestly-
should stop by.
Why?
So cool.
Why wouldn't you?
It's a lot of pink.
It's a lot of things.
It's the best day ever.
It is the best
Wait, they
day
have
ever.
dance-offs
So
in
is
Barbie
yesterday,
Land?
And so is tomorrow and
Why
everything
not?
from now till forever.
They're integral
You
to
guys
the
ever
story.
think about dying? Some things have been happening that might be related. Cold shower, falling off my roof, and my heels
Oh my god.
are on the ground.
Atrocious.
I mean, it's a little bit overreacting, don't you think? I mean,
In
They're
Barbie.
Barbies.
it's not that gross.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh my gosh, is that Kate McKinnon?
life,
or you can know
the
Amazing.
about the universe.
Freaking sucks.
Sucks.
Now yours.
The first one.
The first
I had those birds.
You have to want to know. Okay, do it again.
Okay,
The movie could have ended right there.
Yeah, I
don't know.
love Kate McKinnon. She's so funny. She also looks
Oh
like
my
a toy
God.
that was forgotten and drawn on.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh
Oh
my god, that is so cute.
What is this? A Wes Anderson film now?
world.
What's going on in this?
The outfit.
Why are these men looking at me?
They're
Cute.
also staring at me.
Rude.
I like that she punched him
Barbie in the real world. That's impossible.
If this got out, this could mean
Oh
extremely
my
weird
God.
things for our world. This would be catastrophic!
Is he holding
We haven't played
drumsticks?
with Barbie since we were like 5 years
If
old.
you hate Barbie, okay?
Oh,
No
They're-
one
they play
raised
with
This movie's
brass.
for you.
this doll
Well played, marketing.
back in a box.
oh my god. Michael Sarah.
Oh my gosh, her hair is so cute.
Humans.
Two sunglasses.
Get that Barbie!
Ideas live forever.
What? Or,
No, I won't let you do just one appendectomy.
But I'm a man.
But not a doctor.
Can I talk to a doctor?
You are talking to a doctor.
I
I
know,
need a
talk to
clicky
that
pen,
No.
a sharp pen.
No.
There he is. Doctor.
Somebody get security.
I mean, the clicky
Greta
pin is
Gerwig
crucial
like,
to being a
so
doctor.
funny. Man.
Oh my god. Barbies can be anything. I'm a
They,
dog.
I mean, they can.
They can.
Why this Barbie though? You know?
Lay it out, guys. What did you think? Barbie trailer. Is it everything you've ever dreamed about as since you were a child, a kid?
You know what? Let
growing up
Stephanie
playing
go
with
off
your
on this
Barbies?
one.
It's just so cute. I did not, like, when I first heard about them making this movie and, like, it was Amy Schumer that was cast, and I was like, okay, like, cool, you know, don't need that. And then I heard Margot Robbie got cast, and I was like, okay, cool. And then they released, like, the first image, and, like, since that day, it has been, like, I don't know what,
been
like, but I'm
blindsided.
obsessed. I don't know why. And it's like reignited. Like I like pink again. Like it's taken away the goth.
I like Pink again.
I like pink again.
The singer,
Like, it's just,
she's great. Saw her in concert.
oh, she's
wonderful.
so great. Yeah. Oh my god. But it's so interesting, and I like how funny it is, and I like the world that they're in. It's like Barbie, so like her floating down, it's like a kid like taking the Barbie off the top of like the second floor, like to go down to the first floor of the car.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
or like
for sure.
the feet, like the shower. She's like, oh, like the shower was cold. There was no water. Like so she's like, oh, like so it's just all like make believe. They're literally toys in this world. So then them going out like. It's so interesting. Like, and I love all the costumes. I love the fact that they ran out of pink paint in the world. There was like a shortage of pink paint because of this movie. Like, it's just fun. Like, and I'm not expecting this to be like an Oscar-winning movie. Like, there was
an actual shortage of pink paint.
There was
in real life and not in the movie. In real life.
In real life.
Yeah, that's the headlines. Yeah.
That's the headlines everywhere. I don't know if it's true or not.
So
but
funny.
I love
Barbie
the
PR
idea.
is working overtime on this.
Wow, that's
They
funny
are.
though. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It looks like a good time. It's sparkly. I'm still not crazy about Ryan Gosling's hair, but it's okay.
Well,
Frosted
it's
Tips aren't
Ken.
doing it for you.
Yeah.
It's Ken.
Did anybody else watch that movie in the 2000s? Was it Tyra Banks and she's a Barbie that comes alive?
Yes.
Was it called Supermodel or something like that? She's
was
and I was
like,
kind of like, oh, it's kind of like that.
Tyra Banks. What was it? It was with Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, really?
What was that movie
A little
called?
bit. I just can't remember what it's called. Tyra Banks is like
Life Size.
Life
There we
size.
go.
She's a Barbie doll basically that comes to life. So I was kind of like, oh, it's
Okay.
kind of very similar. Obviously, it's not Barbie, so
Barbie,
everything in
yeah.
this is like over Barbied.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Barbie's an iconic character. You know. So this is gonna be interesting for anybody who's like interested in Barbie as an icon,
or not.
really.
Or not.
Or not, because this is
apparently.
funny, really, isn't it? It's Will Ferrell.
For all the brothers who had G.I. Joes and were forced to play with their sister who had Barbies, or, another sibling that had Barbies, this is for all of you,
True.
too, maybe. Or, you may be saying you don't like it, but you secretly do.
The actors in this, though, they've got such a good lineup as well. There's Nicola Coughlan as well
Incredible.
from the Dairy Girls, an Irish, a Dublin actor as well. Yeah, it's a good lineup, but also just cause. Did they just reach out to loads of people and be like, hey, do you want to be in the Barbie movie? And all of them said yes?
Well, yeah, and we have lots of money. Yeah, I was sort of like,
Oh,
sure.
yeah, no, that's fair.
yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Would you like to be in the Barbie movie? I don't think so. We're going to pay you this much. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
Sure,
Ryan
why not?
Gosling.
I love
I'm
Barbie.
not sure. This is what you'll be
Yeah.
paid, and they just put a
Yeah.
number on a napkin and be like, "I'm interested." No doesn't mean no.
Yeah. It's Hollywood.
Money's
I just wanted
money.
a barter. I just wanted the vibe.
Yeah, right. Yeah, totally. Is anybody getting like? Does this just feel like a rehash of the movie Elf?
Yep.
Like.
Yeah, it's Elf.
It's Elf,
It's
the Wizard of
Elf,
Oz.
But
It's
he's
a
the
lot of things.
but Barbie,
Toy
right? Yeah,
Story.
I mean, it
Yeah.
just the
Yeah.
story doesn't like okay. I just don't.
Same.
I don't know. I'm on the like. I didn't really laugh in the trailer. Like I just feel like it's all overdone a little bit. Like there's no nuance here. Like in my head, like I'm not seeing it. Maybe the trailer's not really giving that. I'm just sort of seeing like these big reactions, these overly done, like see it a mile away coming jokes. You know, like I don't know. I don't know what to expect. It's got Greta Gerwig, Oscar nominated. From Little Women.
Yeah,
She
I
did
love
Lady
her.
Bird, which was a great movie.
Yeah, Lady Bird and Little Women
and,
were great.
She was in a movie called Maggie's Plane. I don't know if she wrote it or anything like that, but that's also like a good one.
Oh, interesting. I
hers.
didn't know that. Yeah, and it's got an incredible cast. I mean, you guys all know it, and it looks on screen. You could see all the money. I don't know. Every time I watch the content for this, other than the very first trailer where they spoofed 2001: Space Odyssey, which I
was a
was
good
like, oh
one.
my god, I don't know what to expect from this movie. I'm actually excited.
Yeah.
And then they showed the movie, and I'm like, nah, this kind of was exactly. I don't really get the hype, and I guess I'm concerned a little bit because I like when they're in Barbie world, I'm kind of into it, right? Because there's like a lot of like what's going on here? Where are we? Like, what's like? It kind of feels like there's a mystery to be solved. Like, are these people trapped in a fucking bubble? Like, what's happening? Like, do we need to save them? You know, like I don't know. Like, there could be like I keep going into like the sci-fi realm of like how does this doll become? Like, how does this all
This
coincide?
feels
Like,
like-
are these people being brainwashed?
You know, like the Toy Story. This kind of feels like that in
Yeah.
a way. Like I think they're all owned by somebody. I think there's
Same.
a child that's playing with these dolls.
Yeah.
I would agree with you though. Like how's anything like life size or into the real? I don't know, but like it just all seems to be. Even Kate McKinnon's character, right? She's like drawn on and everything. She's like this forgotten Barbie. And she's like, would you like to choose this or would you like to choose a Birkenstock? No, you have to choose a Birkenstock. Let's try it again. I feel like even that is exactly how kids play. Where kids are like, no, you chose the wrong answer. Say it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like the reveal will probably be something along those lines. But I kind of feel like...
It's a kid going through the same existential crisis that she is, right? Like she heard like, oh my God, did you know like you could die? You know, like a kid realizing that is probably the same anxiety that Barbie's having, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that like,
Totally.
I think you're right though. I feel like there's no nuance. It definitely feels like Elf. It feels like Super Size or Life Size, whatever that was called. Life Size, right? I think that there is going to have to be a good enough twist / reveal / something about this film to make me want to go and see it. So I feel like I'll let Stephanie go, and then Stephanie will tweet about it or tell me, and then I'll be like, okay. But I'll take it with a pinch of salt because Stephanie is hugely biased. She loves this film. But no, I think like I'll kind of see. I'll wait it out and see if people are interested in going. Like, I can't go. I'm not gonna go see this with my husband. Let's be real. He's not gonna watch it. He's not gonna watch
We're
that.
gonna go see Transformers. Oh wait.
I feel like no, God, he wouldn't watch one of them either. He'd rather watch paint dry. Yeah, they can be entertaining, but there's too many of them now. But yeah, this is okay for me.
Are there like? Do you think it'll break any of the rules? Like in my head, right? Like Ken and Barbie never get together, but do you think they'll break that rule here? Do you anticipate like love interest here, or because like Mattel has always been like, oh no, like Ken can be whatever, and Barbie can, you know, they're very PC about however they want to be portrayed, right? But do you think like there's like, I don't see any sort of like love interest, but they're together. Like they seem to be the two Ken, that Barbie and that Ken seem to be the ones that
Are supposed to be together. Like
Yeah, I think they're
have a
paired
connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, or paired together. Yeah.
Yeah, I want it to be though, like, you know, when you play with little kids, like, because, you know, they're plastic, so their arms like are straight. They're, you know, I want it to be like if they were like, oh, like kiss, like, and it's like it's just like weirdness, like it's
Thunder,
nothing. Like,
it's the what's it called? Is it Thunderbirds? Oh man, Team America. Team America.
oh yes,
Team
like,
America, yeah.
like totally like that. Like that's
Yeah,
totally
that'd
what
be
I want
so
it to be
funny.
within the Barbie world. I feel like when
Yeah.
they're in the real world, like maybe some of that like toy quality could like fade, but like I don't really expect too much like, I don't know, like romance, but I don't feel like this is a kids movie per se. Like I'm not sure. Like I feel like this is like a teen and up, like PG-13. I don't know.
I
Like,
think it's a
Right.
coming of age movie. I think you
Yeah.
could be right
Yeah.
on that one, Steph. I think the younger kids probably won't like it as much because they won't get the references. The older kids will kind of get it and relate to Barbie, and I think there'll be jokes in here that the
Yeah.
adults will really
Right,
get, like,
right.
and understand. So
Right. Do you think there'll be that scene where, like, because I mean, we all have done it, right? We've all taken Barbie's clothes off and Ken's clothes off, and there's nothing there. Like, I kind of want Ken to be pantsed, and he's a eunuch. Like, there's just not, like, it's like just bareness, right? You know, like
It'd be
just
pretty
the
funny.
nothing.
flesh-colored
I mean,
underwear. That's like
Can
just
that
attached
if that
to his
happens in this
body.
movie, I will be like respect. Like,
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you
yeah,
understand.
It
mad
has
respect.
to.
Like,
Loved it.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 would see
I
it
just don't
again.
think they'll go there. I just don't think it
They
has
won't go
the
there,
the.
I don't. There was
the-
one
yeah.
scene
I
I
don't
think in
Mattel will
another
let it
trailer,
happen.
and they're like, "Do you want?" Or like I forget. If he asks Barbie like, "Oh, do you mind if I spend the night, or can I spend the night? Like, what are we gonna do?" Well, I don't know. like so it's just kind of like.
Yeah.
So they could play into it a little bit, but I don't know.
Steve Rounce has an interesting theory in the chat. Could there be other Toylands in this universe
Ooh,
there's the
good one.
yeah,
Like
Barbie
Lego
Land,
and
and
stuff.
because Mattel owns a lot of toy lines.
Listen,
Oh.
there's
Could
got to
be
be a
interesting.
Bratz world. There's got to be like a, I don't know
Oh,
if GI
God.
Joe is owned by like Mattel, but like Bratz was always like the thing that it
think it
came out.
is
It was
now.
like the competition with
cool.
like Barbie.
Hasbro.
But it's just that's interesting. That's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's an interesting thought, but I feel like I don't. If they do, that would be pretty cool, and it would be like a really sick reference. But I don't think they'll focus anything on it because it's like
No,
I feel
it'll be like
they're
an
gonna
end-credit
pull away too
scene
much. Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
like they pull away to
Yeah.
the world and it shows like a Barbie Land, and next to it over here is like whatever GI Joe world.
What was
or
what was
whatever,
Discount Barbie?
or
Cindy?
whatever.
No, Cindy.
Discount Barbie.
Wasn't she Discount Barbie? No, am I getting that
I don't
wrong?
know.
Sorry for disrespecting Cindy.
I don't know.
But I'm pretty sure there's
I
like a
don't
Cindy
know.
universe, and then like she was like
Yeah.
a cheaper Barbie.
I just know there's a Midge
would be
Barbie
kinda
and an
cool.
Alan Barbie in this, and that's great.
Yeah.
Alan's like Ken's best friend, and Midge, she's always pregnant.
Oh yeah. I think that they will touch on like some really good like inside jokes for people who've been fans of Barbie for years, like right, who've kind of grown up through Barbie's era and then like had all of the, and then it's Disco Barbie and Aqua Barbie and Mermaid Barbie and all this kind of stuff. And I think that there'll be so many references that I think a lot of kids and
Yeah.
teenagers probably won't get now. But I
Yeah.
think that'll
You
give
think
you
they'll bring back like the old racist Barbies, like the Native American Barbie and like the Indian Barbies and
Yes,
and-
so like probably
Ken.
not. They're in the trash.
No. Okay. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're disposed of.
Yeah, the racist Barbie is so rude.
Again, they have no balls. No balls, Mattel.
No balls, Mattel. I don't know. This like 4 out of 10 soup cans right now. Like honestly,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel that.
Okay.
I feel that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm in that category too.
Okay.
I mean, I just don't know what this has incredible hype, guys. It's projected to have 45 to 55 million in its opening weekend. It's projected to beat Oppenheimer, which it's opening on the same weekend as Oppenheimer. Which I mean, to be fair, Oppenheimer is a rated R film, so it's a hard that's a hard, and it's probably like a 4-hour movie. So I mean, let's be honest, that probably has low projections just because of those two issues. And this
there's
probably appeals
no
to
way this will
a
earn
wider
oh,
up.
fuck.
But they're showing
Yeah.
like
No,
a 70
absolutely. It
millimeter
probably
version
will.
of
It-
Oppenheimer, so
Oppenheimer,
Right.
at any rate, it's hard for a rated R movie to
yeah.
just because it doesn't reach as many people, right?
Yeah,
And-
teen
Okay,
daughters
yeah,
probably
sure.
not
I
necessarily
feel
going to
you.
go.
At least this is
Teens are not
child
gonna-
friendly, yeah. So you can bring all
Yeah.
your kids and family. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Right.
Right. It's why Super Mario Brothers did so well, right? Like in the theaters, because it so many people could see it, and it's entertaining. But do you guys? So like a success would mean over 55 or 55 or above. Flop would mean doesn't hit its 45 mark. What do you guys think?
I think it'll do okay. I think a lot of people are starting to go to the theaters more, so I think, on that front, there'll probably be a lot of people going. I think it'll do okay. I don't think it's going to go crazy. I don't think it's going to exceed expectations box office wise, but I think it's going to do okay, and I think they're going to be pretty comfortable from the earnings. So
I actually think
So what
that
do you think?
it will do very well because people are like, it's highly anticipated and a lot of people want to see it, and it could be like a good girls' night, and it's really good for like family. It's family friendly, so I think it will do very well. Is that reflective of the quality of the movie? I don't know. I think that's more just the marketing of the movie and the nostalgia that Barbie brings, and like I said, it's Barbie's an icon. So
yeah.
I think that the name carries more weight than the quality of maybe even the trailers right now. I would like to see how it does on its second or third weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I expect a huge drop off on second weekend. I agree. I think the marketing department here has done a chef's kiss job.
Oh,
The
for
marketing
sure.
for this movie has just been incredible. Like,
Yeah.
it's viral memes, and the way that people can create, like, put themselves in like the Barbie, like, star
the
and
poster,
stuff.
yeah.
Like,
Yes.
they've been on point. Like all the news about the paint, and I mean, it's just it just feels they've done a really on point job. So hats off to their marketing team for just really getting this movie out there. And then that first trailer, I think, sparked it as well. And I think it's going to do. I think it'll beat 55 million. I think it's going to crush
Yeah.
it that weekend. But I think the second weekend, it will. I think everyone who saw it will see it that weekend, and then it'll kind of like start to have a huge 55 or over % drop on the
Yeah,
second
agreed.
Yeah.
weekend. But we'll see. I mean, and listen, maybe Greta Gerwig will surprise us, and this thing will be just really more nuanced and interesting than the trailer showing. Maybe it's just appealing to that demo, and then hell, maybe I go see it and it blows my socks off.
Yeah, let me know.
But listen, all they have to do is that one scene. Pants Ken,
Yeah.
no balls.
You know
And
how
I'm
they
in.
would do that scene
I'm in.
really well is if there's a locker
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like if there's a locker
And he's
room
blown
and
away, be
someone
like,
is like,
"What is
they
that
has a
thing?"
towel around their waist, and then they take the towel off or whatever, and they're just like casually in the locker, but there's like zero genitalia because it's
plastic.
Ken. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that would be kind of like a really good way to do
Right.
that.
That would be funny.
Right.
Because
But
you can just have that
they
in the
don't blur
background.
it out at
Nobody's
all,
gonna,
yeah.
that'd be
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Yeah. Or even more funny, Ken walks into a real life locker room and he's like, "What is that thing?" And he like
Yes.
gets down and like is staring at it, like
Yes.
Ken, like Ryan
I don't
Gosling's
have
face in
that.
some dude's crotch.
Yes.
You know, like, "Oh my
Yes.
God, what is it?"
Make
and
it
he like,
happen.
how does it work? You know,
Looking at
do you
Sure.
play with this? Where does it go? Yeah, I could just write it. Those
you
lines
could
write
write.
themselves.
Do you know what? Contact them. Maybe it's not too late.
It's not too late.
Hey, Greta.
I might go
Yeah,
film
go
it
for
myself,
it.
and
Do the spoof, man. Do the spoof.
I mean,
Yes.
I have a
See it?
studio.
Put
Soon
that
as
shit up
PJ
on
gets
TikTok.
back,
Go viral.
we're gonna.
PJ, we're gonna need you to shave.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna need you shit.
Someone needs to be a eunuch. Let's do this. Killing all eunuchs. All right,
Oh
that's
my
Barbie.
God.
We think it's probably gonna do well, but maybe not as well as everybody
Probably.
hopes.
Probably.
On that note, we're gonna take just a 4-second break.
Okay.
See you next time. We'll be right back.
Nice.
I counted to 4. There's a lot of beeping in the background, but whatever.
Oh, no.
Garbage
trash
truck
truck
came.
just
not
came.
me.
Trash day.
Trash
not
day.
Guys,
I apologize
we're
for
running,
any noise.
We're running a little behind, but we're gonna catch up. The Witcher, Geralt of Rivia. He's back, baby.
What?
In season 3, Henry Cavill's final outing as.
Beautiful, beautiful being.
Truth.
You guys are all Witcher fans, right? I'm not the only one here. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the first 2 seasons.
I started
two
episode
seasons?
Yeah,
one.
I watched it. I played a
Started
little bit of
episode
Witcher 3.
1. All right, well there.
I've started it a few times, and every time I've started to watch it, it's like my mom's been home, and she's like, "Oh, what's that?" Like it's like the scene with the lake, and I'm like, "Oh, I'll watch this later."
Scene at the lake. What happens at the scene at the lake?
Well,
I don't know,
there's
there's
some
like a
sexy
monster
scenes there
thing.
too as well,
Yeah.
and then you could maybe just don't risk it. Watch it later.
Yeah,
like,
watch it later.
don't risk it watching with your mom.
No.
All right, Geralt is back. The Witcher.
So wasn't Liam Hemsworth supposed to be taking over?
Yes.
As
yes,
far as
the
we know,
Hemsworth.
yeah.
So
Yes.
is he in this like as
No,
well,
it's the
or
fourth
is it
one.
just Henry?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is Cavill's last season as.
Okay. I thought he was season 3. Okay, good.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I've lined it up, and I'm gonna press play in 3, 2,
All right.
1, play. Ooh, kind of cool opening.
Statue.
Ooh,
Neutrality.
what's so dark and mysterious?
Won't get you a statue.
Look at all the wigs.
Henry
Yeah,
Cavill's
the
voice is so
The
cool.
wig team.
But
The
it'll
wig
certainly
team.
help him
Shout out to
Top
the
notch.
hair
Yeah,
team.
shout out to the wig team.
Oh, I want to do that.
She's
Can I do that?
beautiful though. Wow.
I won't abandon Siri.
Neutrality has consequences too.
Oh.
The bird is back.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You're right.
Oh.
Slow mo kill.
Wow.
That
that's
guy's
deeply
artery
worrying.
was very active.
Everything that's happening. It's all connected.
Oh.
And she's at the center of it.
I love that.
Yeah, that's cool.
If war is coming, there is no hiding her from it.
Beautiful. Oh my
Magic.
You sure about this?
Are you
She's pretty too.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness.
Really beautiful cast right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, it's a. What is that? A roly poly?
What is that? Oh my god, no.
It is a roly poly. That's cool.
Thank God that arch was there.
Oh, cool.
What in the Lord of
It's
the
the
Rings?
ring race.
History has a way of repeating itself. The dangers we've seen foretell an even more menacing future.
Ring of Fire.
Oh.
For the first time, I understand real fear.
The music's a little much in the straight.
I actually think you're right. I think the music is putting me off.
Yeah, it's a little... Oh.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
Ah.
Dude, that's cool.
He used the thing.
He did the thing.
That's so cool. He pressed Q.
For monsters. And they're like, and then wow. Fangs. Just like a boatload of fangs. All up in your business.
All up in your business. Oh
Volume
no,
one
they're gonna
and
split
volume
it volume
two?
1 and volume 2.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're pulling the Stranger Things on you.
Oh, man.
I'm not
Okay,
happy
well,
about that
time to
shit,
get
man.
It is.
Listen, I wanted to go back to streaming
part?
content where you just upload them all at once so I can binge in peace, okay? I just want to like binge watch over a weekend with some junk food and some popcorn and some beers, and I want to watch everything start to finish. Like, what is wrong with binge content? Is
Right?
it just going down the drain because of our health? Fuck you guys, you know?
Yes. They want 2 months of membership for your Witcher.
So it's not
just
about health,
one
it's about
thing.
money.
Yeah.
It
Always
is
money. It's
completely
always
about
money.
money.
Capitalism. Fuck.
Duh.
Ugh. Goodness.
Yeah.
Well, that's bullshit.
guess I need
Maybe
to
I'll
watch
just
the
wait
show.
until volume
Henry
2's out
Cavill's
then. Jerks.
Yeah, maybe. That'll show them.
Yeah, that'll show them.
You show that.
Pay my
that
2 months anyway.
Mega conglomerate. Yeah. All right. Well, you got me for a year. Fuck it. You know.
Yeah. True. I'm already hooked. I was on the original fucking membership. They hooked me in.
That's true. I feel like if you're like, hey, I've been with you for 2 years, give it to me all at once. I feel like you should have like a longevity, you've been there long enough to be like,
Yeah, I'm a legacy member.
It's been 4
legacy
years,
member.
guys.
I don't need to
me
wait
the
for
stuff.
part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or just get your press credentials. Get it early. Yeah.
Can
what do you think of the trailer?
Whoa. All right, we'll discuss this off screen.
Yeah, I mean, it's couch soup
Touch
perks.
somebody. Yeah. Cool. What's the name?
Any thoughts?
Is anybody in chat that has the name of the shield spell that he casts when you press Q on the keyboard?
Oh, it's
If
just
you
a protection spell, right?
Is it
it's
just
key
like a
binded
force
that
field?
way, there's a name. There's a
The
name.
Henry Caviill pounce. I don't know.
Ard. It's called Ard. AARD.
okay.
Ard and Quen. That's right. That's right.
Oh.
Yeah, the
I'm
wild
learning
hunt looks like
things.
it's in it. We see the horses. They were
those little
teased in
smoky
season
guys?
2. Yeah.
Quen.
Yeah, the guys on the horses. They're after Siri. Yeah, so this looks interesting, guys. I mean, the music is bad.
it's a
It's
little
not a
weird.
great trailer.
It's Quen,
I'll be honest.
sorry.
This is kind of a.
Yeah.
I'd give this trailer like a C. Right? It's okay. Like the music is wailing and loud and
Yeah.
off-putting, and
Yeah, I agree
The way
with
it's
the
edited
score,
isn't really well. It's not well edited. It's kind of like hodgepodgey. Like it feels like they just slapped a bunch of shit together, and that could be because that's all the footage that's done. I don't know. They're still coloring it or CGIing the rest of the stuff. So, but the writers are saying like Henry Cavill's going to go out with a bang. What do you think that means? Like, how are they going to make this switch from Cavill to Hemsworth? Like,
Have you
and
seen
how are they going to
Face
make that work?
Off?
And do you think it'll work? Have you seen Face Off? We're going to take his face.
They're gonna take his face, and then he's gonna need a new one, and he's gonna be healing, and he's gonna look a
Wow.
little different.
Wow. You know what though? I actually think it's more
Amazing
like
stuff.
he's gonna die and Yennefer will bring him back.
So it's like a
But his
new
face
iteration.
changes because
Yeah,
of the spell.
it'll be something like if he comes back,
a-
he won't be the same. and then he comes back and it's Liam Hemsworth.
There'll be a
It
new
won't be
one.
the same. Yeah. Wow. You really meant not the same. Like.
Yeah,
not
like, whoa, that's not even
hair
the same
change
guy.
color.
Like,
You went from being British to Australian?
Yeah.
what I don't understand though is like, yeah, I suppose because of the lore, right? Because of like all of the books and stuff like that, and that's kind of what they're following. Except not really, because that's why Henry Cavill was left and or got kicked out because he was too, like, you can't wait a minute. He was the AI on that show. He was like, no, you can't, because as per page 606, you need to X and Y, you know. But I feel like in my head I'd be like, well, just kill Geralt then. Boo, like very sad.
Right.
And then bring back another Witcher because they all look the same. They're Witchers, so just bring Liam Hemsworth in as somebody else that's other than Geralt, in my opinion.
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, why? But I guess, I mean, you know,
But if they're following a storyline,
there's legacy. I don't think they are. I think the storyline follows is. I don't know. I don't think so. But I'm not. I haven't read the books, so. But just based on what I've read online, I don't think there's a storyline that coincides with that. I could be wrong. But there's precedent for other shows. I mean, like Doctor Who, obviously that's a long running show. They use this thing called regeneration to, you know, introduce the same character, the Doctor, but new faces, new actors every so many years. So it's not like it's unheard of, or even like Spartacus, right? Like the lead actor died in season 2 or season 1, and then
Season 2.
our buddy
During
Liam
making of
McIntyre took over, right? And
That's right.
people seemed okay with that. I mean, obviously that was for good reason, you know. I mean, the guy died, but this is, and Henry Cavill stepping away, and it seems like he's doing it on good terms, and it seems like the cast is excited to kind of like have somebody new to, you know, take on that mantle and bring their version of that character. I mean, would you guys stick with it? Are you guys gonna stick with the show if this season's good, or are you gonna bail with Henry here?
I'm out with
I
Henry.
think I'll watch it and then I'll be out with Henry.
Yeah, I'm out with Henry.
I like him.
I just don't think
he's I don't know. No offense to Hemsworth. He's, you know. But.
Hemsworth is lovely. If he had been originally cast, I would be fine with it. I just think that Henry is such good casting for Geralt, and the fact that he's a big nerd. Like Henry's into like Warhammer 40k, and he loves The Witcher, and he loves all the books, and he's played the games. That I'm kind of like, he's perfect casting. It's unfortunate, and I think that he. Oh my God! Didn't he? He left this project because he was promised a Superman project on.
That's what I thought.
The film. I can't remember what film it was, and then he basically got there, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, nah."
Yeah, it was James Gunn because he was
James Gunn.
So
that's it. Yeah,
and he was like, "We're gonna bring you back on," and so like
James
Henry
Gunn.
put like out a post. He's like, "I'm gonna be putting the cape back on," type of thing. Like,
That's
you know,
right.
like,
Yeah. Oh God, that was such an embarrassment for him as well.
And
he had
then
to
it happened, and I
apologize.
was like, "Wait, what?" And then it's like I remember seeing like Liam Hemsworth being recast, so that's why I thought like season 3 was supposed to be like, you know, that new season where he comes in to his shoes, and then I was like, "Oh, he's still in it. Oh, okay."
Because I think like there was a lot of contention as well. Like Chatter saying this too, and they said, I thought that he left because the writers are straying away from the source material. I don't think that's the reason he left, but I think that helped like him leave when he was offered the opportunity with James Gunn. And then I think there was going to be a potential film clash for season 4, and he didn't have a contract yet for season 4, and that's why he said no. I'll go to the James Gunn thing because Superman's clearly more important to him, or it's really good for his career, and it was such a good like opportunity. And then James Gunn was like, yeah, nah, sorry. And then Henry Cavill has been pretty fucking pissed off ever since, I reckon. So
Well, maybe he'll be Bond. Maybe this will be a chance for him to get into something even bigger.
I would freaking love that. If the best way to do Bond right now is to go back into the 60s, like to do a retrospective Bond and start like through the ages again and cast someone like Cavill for a 60s Bond. Don't look at me like that.
Listen,
Don't look at
we're
me
never
like that,
gonna
Drew.
get another Man from U.N.C.L.E. with him, so
Yes!
you know, I
thought
need.
Man from U.N.C.L.E. was a perfect opportunity for him to display how good he is at Bond. This is just a Henry Cavill fan club now.
Yes.
Drew, you can be initiated.
I'll see
if you
myself
want
out.
to. Yeah, if you can fuck
No,
off,
I'm good.
that's
I'm
fine.
good. Yeah, he's too manly for me. I can't compete. I might as well just be a fly on the wall. Yeah,
but
no,
yeah.
I like Henry Cavill. Everything he's done is I agree. Man from U.N.C.L.E. was great. I liked him in the Mission Impossible. What was it, 4?
Yeah.
Like when he comes in out of the bathroom and he like that meme where he like cocks his arms and he's like,
Yes. Reloading.
his arms up to I was like that is so cool.
He was cool in that.
I was like that is a cool moment. I mean, yeah, he just seems like a down to earth dude who somebody would want to grab a beer with as well as kind of nerd out on. So
Yeah, absolutely.
He definitely has that
Henry,
going
if you're
for him.
free.
Yes.
Right.
I'm in Ireland, so I'm closer, and that's
Yes.
really the only reason that you should
Just
go
let
with
me know when he's coming, and I'll come. I'll fly out and I'll join you guys if that's okay.
Yeah, no worries, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, what this? No, don't worry about that.
Oh.
That's decoration. Adam, you said I had a pass.
Yeah. Why won't this thing come off?
It just needs a little oil. Give me time.
Oh my god.
Seriously though, I don't know. I think the trailer itself though did kind of not look great, but I do love that all the characters are back. We got Jaskier.
Yeah.
You got Yennefer, Jaskier, Yennefer, Ciri. Looks cool, and Ciri's now like coming into like more mage powers and
Yeah.
stuff, which is kind of cool.
Was she the blonde?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's his.
Yeah.
She's his what? She's his prize or something. The chat will know. She's his something or the other. There's a name for it. I can't remember what
like
it
a
is. It's
daughter
his
of
prize.
sorts.
His
Like
promise.
progeny?
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
No, like basically, it was a
yeah.
promised child, and then Witcher was
Well,
like,
like
"Hey,
surrogate
you promised
daughter,
this
yeah.
kid
Surrogate
to me,"
daughter. Okay.
and they were like, "Oh yeah, go on then." It's such a weird interaction, but it's Witcher. So
Yeah.
there you go.
I like the hair and the
that
makeup
was
and
canon, wasn't it?
costume.
I thought
Oh
that
no,
was
no,
part of the canon.
that's totally canon. It's just weird.
Yeah.
They were like, "Thank you
Yeah,
for
it is,
saving our lives. Here is a promise to you. Our first daughter, or our first child will go
Yeah.
to you." And he's like,
yeah.
"Sure." Like, can you imagine just be like,
And he
"We will
walks
give
away
you a
like, I don't give a
child."
shit.
Yeah.
He's like,
oh god.
okay, thanks. Turns out really well for him though. Like they super care for each other, and like he kind of raises her like a protege. So
Oh,
that's
that's
cool.
good.
Yes.
Yeah. Defect. You're right. Also, not good if trailer gives away too much. I agree. I don't necessarily need it to give away a lot. I just think it was poorly put together. Like,
Yeah. I think
Trailer,
visually
like
it
it-
reached a point where
was
it got
kind
a
of-
little long. Like, or maybe, like, I feel like once
Yeah,
you reached
yeah, it
the
was-
arc of the trailer, like,
yeah.
it was like, okay, like, and then it just kind of, I like all the mystical stuff. I liked all, like, the hair and the makeup and, like, the set design. Like, it looked really cool. I've nothing,
Yeah.
no idea, like,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
going on because I want to watch the show and, like,
Law of surprise.
you know,
Sorry.
so, it's one of those things. But the music, yeah, when you mentioned the music, like, I was kind of like, something's off, and then I was like, that's it. That's what's bugging me.
too much chanting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was loud.
Oh God, Jesus.
And you couldn't hear them as well, and then, like, they had all these jokes, like, I don't know, the curly-haired guy who was following him around, like, like, he was saying,
It's
stuff, and I was
Jaskier.
like, what?
Jaskier.
Jaskier?
Jaskier.
Like Jasper,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Jaskier?
Shit, I can't remember how to pronounce it.
Kind
But
of.
he's amazing, and he's the one that like sang the viral song. Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley.
Throw a
of
toss a coin to your
plenty.
witcher.
So good, great song. He's great though. He's like the bard, and he's so good.
Oh, we
Yeah.
love a
One of
good
my
bard.
favorites. He's a good bard.
Yeah, I will watch any show like this. I'm a big nerd for fantasy shows. I don't know what it is, like bad and good. Like, and Witcher's good. Like, it's a well-made. Like, give me dark mage powers and sorcery and sword fights and weird monster. Like, it checks all the boxes, right? It kind of feels like playing D&D again, and it's the reason why I like the Dungeons and Dragons movie so much. It kind of checks that box too, and it's got the comedy. The Witcher doesn't shy away from kind of being funny at times, which is great. It's not overly
Yeah, true.
too brooding, and it doesn't shy away from being like sexy and interesting and like all the things fantasy should be. I don't like it.
And
It does a good job in that.
Also
in that
violent.
sense.
The stunts in
Yeah,
this were like really good. I actually think
yeah.
the stunts in the first season are pretty much unmatched so far. I thought the second season was good.
Yeah.
But I think the first season was kind of brutal in like the hand-to-hand combat, and we're getting a little glimpse of that here in this trailer. So I hope that they'll
Yeah.
continue those stunts.
I agree.
In this season.
Yeah, that last scene where you see him fighting a bunch of guys at the same time is so cool. Like
Yeah.
that stuff I'm here for, right? Like you kind of want to rewatch those moments, and yeah, I don't know. I'm here. I'll be interested. I'll probably still watch when Hindor switch over, just because again I'm such a nerd for these kind of shows.
Sure.
I'll watch the bad ones as you know. Like it's just if there's any sort of fantasy, Rings of Power, I'm gonna watch it. Like you have my money. Like it is what it is.
You already have my money at fantasy.
Yeah.
Still watch it.
Fantasy.
Fantasy. Done. Take my money.
The moment like someone wields a sword that's on fire or makes fire, I'm like, sweet.
Sold.
I don't care what happens next. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm such a sucker.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that stood out for me in this trailer was the protective spell, and it's Quen.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, chat. It's Quen. That's really cool because you obviously get that in the games, but we've never seen him use that before in either series, and now he's using it now. No, I didn't see it before. I'm pretty sure he didn't use it in season 2. No.
I need to.
I don't
need to
know.
go back
Correct
and
me
watch
if I'm
them
wrong,
again.
chat. Put it in the comments. But I don't think we have before. and
I know
that
he's
just
done the
made my nerd
push.
brain
I know
like,
he's done the push.
He's definitely done the push for sure.
Yeah.
Which Ard, I think, chat said as well. But I don't think I've ever seen the protective spell. But then maybe I could be
Philly
wrong.
Jackson says he did last season.
And
Pagan.
Bicker says he did it in the finale of
season
season 2. Okay, it's probably something that I just forgot about.
Pagan, Drew 34, Pagan 2. I mean, we'll just keep the count going.
At least I have 2.
Yeah. I have 0.
All right, chat. Sorry about that. Sorry, but I didn't notice it before then. I guess when I was watching season 2, I must have been on my phone or some shit. I don't know.
You must have been getting tea.
Yeah,
you
must have been
filling
looking
up
up
the bottle.
photos of Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I've been like, God damn, he's so.
You're
Is
watching
he
him
building
build
a
that computer
PC? Let me
again.
watch that.
Yeah,
Hold on.
you're watching that again.
Is he
Yeah,
shirtless in that one?
Yeah.
All right.
That's the nightly watch. Has it coming in? What are you doing? I'm just watching Henry Cavill build a PC. Any reason? No.
Again?
No. There's
Again?
just,
Again?
You know. Just to get warmed up, Drew.
Vibrate.
God.
What's that vibrating sound?
Nothing. Electric toothbrush. Whatever. Shut up.
Yeah. So we'll be watching.
It's
we'll
just
be
me.
watching on that note.
I'm vibrating.
Pagan will be watching.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will watch
Pagan's
once I
definitely
catch
watching.
I'm watching it.
Stephanie has 3 seasons to catch up on and a spin-off.
Got
I forget the
time,
fuck what
yeah.
that was called. It
Oh,
wasn't that good.
was that the animated thing? Was there an animated?
I think there was an animated one, and then they did a Witcher Origins or some shit.
Oh man, I got a
what it was
lot to
called.
do. Well, I'm almost done with True
With
Blood, so once that's done, then
Give it a go though, and let us know what you think. Because
There's like 400 seasons of True Blood.
I'm on the
Stephanie.
last season.
That's like 10 years from now. Holy shit! Wow, didn't you just start that like 2 weeks ago? That's incredible.
It's been like 2 months. Yeah, it's nighttime show. You know,
binge
just
content. You know what I'm
binging,
saying?
you know.
Holy
fucking-
smokes!
I just went past
That's like
my
blowing
favorite
through, like-
Alexander Skarsgård scene. Like it was great.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
He steals the show for sure in True Blood.
There was one moment he smiled in one episode. I was like, "That's your dad." He makes that face. I was like, "That's Stellan." I was like, it was like a little smile he did. I was like, "Oh, it's so cute."
Well, that's cool.
Cute.
Do we have time? Do you guys want to do anything in Reco real quick? We'll just do a quick roundabout. If you have anything you're watching or playing or
I have one.
anything like that.
The Crowded Room.
Go.
The Crowded Room on Apple TV Plus.
Oh yes, I want to watch that.
Who's in that?
That's Tom
It
Holland.
is Tom Holland and Amanda Seyfried. S-E-Y. Seyfried.
And then
Oh, okay.
and what's her name? Emmy
Very
Watson?
good.
I like her.
Okay, so it's very good. Absolutely love it.
All right.
When there's like an intro playing, like you'll see the intro and it's beautiful and it's animated or whatever, skip it.
Okay.
Just like skip the animated intro
Okay.
and like don't read any of like the starring, and don't read any of the like based on. Don't read any of that because I
Okay.
read based on, and I was like, oh fuck it. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, I feel like that's kind of spoiled. Like, it's spoiled in a way that I'll be like, okay, well, now I know. But, yeah, if you're not familiar with whatever based on,
What
then
it's
you
based
won't know.
on?
But I didn't
Okay.
know it was based on
Right.
this before watching it. So here's my biggest thing: The Crowded Room is excellent on Apple TV Plus. Would
Right.
highly recommend it.
Okay.
But just skip through the animated like intro until maybe the last episode or something. It's only on.
Okay.
I think 3 episodes so far have been released, so the 4th one's coming out this Friday.
Okay. Is that the last one?
I don't think so. No, I think there'll be maybe at least
Okay.
2 more. But it is getting really good, and I just think that if you're one of those people that would like to experience something without context, go ahead and watch that, but then just skip the intro.
Interesting. And Tom Holland, interesting. Okay.
He's
He's
actually
gonna take a year off. Of
I was just
acting.
gonna say he's taken a year off because of this show, and like how it affected him mentally.
Because of. Oh, okay. He's one of those guys. Gotcha.
Yeah, and he was like, it took a
mentally.
toll, and he's taken a year out. And I'm like, you know what? I see it.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes when like because as an actor, like sometimes when they're doing scenes, I'm like, fuck, like I can see the set. I can see the set. I can see the director of photography. I can see the director. I can see the cinematographer. I can see producers and extras, and I can see everything in a set. And I'm like, fuck, you had to do this thing, you know? It's so, you know,
Okay.
there's parts of the script that are like, they're not like, it's more the subtext, right? It's definitely more the subtext, but it's so dark that I'm just like, fuck it. Like, you actually had to do that, which makes me unsettled as an actor watching it. So as an actor doing it, I'm sure that fucked him up. So, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Would recommend, though. Very good.
Interesting.
Very good show.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Stephanie, you got anything?
I saw The Little
Other than True
Mermaid.
Blood?
Yeah. And I'm just sticking on the girlfriend. I saw The Little Mermaid
Yeah.
in theaters, and that was cute.
You want to give us a quick 3 thoughts on what recommend it or don't recommend it?
Recommend it.
Okay.
There is, you know, if you're a fan of the original, there's a moment for you. Lots of moments. It's good. Like, I remember when the movie first was coming out and they were talking about like, oh, you know, it's going to take like a feminist approach, or not a feminist, but just kind of give her a little more girl power. And I was like, oh no, okay, like what are they going to do? Like, are they going to hit us over the head? Didn't do that at all. So it was good. And they had more music. There were some things that they cut that I felt like were needed. Costumes. She could have used a little bit more costumes. She was stuck in the same dress like for half the movie. So, sorry if that's a spoiler.
Yeah.
But you know, like, so like for me, like that's just kind of like, oh, okay, like it's fine. It's not like a deal breaker, obviously, but like it's just interesting. But visually, it was very pretty.
Okay.
She worked out really hard for that.
Yeah.
There's like pictures of her online, and she's leaning over some contraption, and she's got like a weight hanging down like off of her neck, so like she had to do a lot of water stunts in this, so it's cool, and it's by far I think one of the better Disney
Live action
and
remakes,
live action stuff that they've done recently, because it's not like Pinocchio where it feels like it's cartoony and it just popped out of the animated movie. Like, it has enough changed visually that it feels like it's its own thing, and story-wise too. So
Okay.
I recommend.
All right.
If you're a big fan of
Nice.
like The Little Mermaid, you know, want to take your kids or go by yourself.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait on the streaming on that one, but that's good to know.
What about
it's
you?
good to
Joe?
know. It's good. You know, two things. One, I'm playing right now. Diablo 4 is pretty fun. And it's not my favorite game of all time or anything like that. The reason I like it is me and my wife can play couch co-op. Like, it's one of those games where we can both like, sit down
cool.
on the
Fun.
couch
Yeah.
and play games together. And there's not a lot of games out there that we play or have time to play. So, and we haven't played video games in a while. I haven't turned on my PS5 in like 6 months, and because I have a 2-year-old, and it's very hard. So we finally found found time at night to kind of, instead of like watching TV or something, we'll play Diablo for a while, and it's been fun. And we'll go on find the treasure goblin, or go raid some of the
Cool.
the haunted huts and caverns, and do the missions and level up our weapons, and it's just one of those things we bond together over. So that's been nice, and and video games are great for those kind of things, and it's nice that they kept Diablo 4 in the couch co-op mode, so we could still play that.
Very cool.
Because we played a lot of Diablo 3 when in our younger years, when we were younger. And then the other thing I just want to, I'm excited for is Star Trek Strange New Worlds comes out next week, and first season.
Nerd.
Chef's kiss, so good. Super nerd out here, and
Video games and a Star Trek.
What?
Nerd. It's a good thing you're on the CouchSoup channel, eh?
Yeah.
Where you belong.
Where you belong, sir. That's right. You're my people.
You nerd, get into soup.
Get into the soup bowl now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
those are the two things, and with that, we'll end the show today. We ran a little over, but we started a little late, so it is what it is. And in the meantime, you can catch this show wherever you listen to podcasts. It's a podcast that'll come out later today, as well as on couchsoup.com if you like. Pagan, you're going live this week? Yes? No? Maybe?
Possibly not tomorrow, but next week.
Nice.
Next week? Okay. But part 2 of Bramble, or part 3.
Part
technically,
3
right?
of
Three,
Bramble coming out on
yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yes, at 11
Cool.
p.m. PST. It's the finale, everybody. It's how it ends. Is it
Check
super
it out
dark?
on YouTube.
Yes.
Check
Spoiler.
it out on YouTube.
Yes, it is.
It's really dark.
Yeah.
It's good. Go watch it. It's a great game, and watching you squirm is,
Yes.
it's Tom Holland level. You might need to take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally, that game has messed me up. Okay.
You'll need something cute and cuddly.
Maybe I do. I'll need to go back to Cult of the Lamb.
There we go. Yeah.
Maybe I'll go back to Cult of the Lamb tomorrow if anybody wants to come and lamb out with us, and we'll fucking build a cult or some shit. Yeah, let's go.
Yes.
Built a cult. I like it. And then Screen Smash premiered on Monday, but you could catch Monday's episode coming. If you didn't catch it live on Twitch on Monday, it'll come out on Friday on our CouchSoup YouTube channel, or Thursday tomorrow, or not tomorrow, in 2 days on Thursday on CouchSoup. And as always, if you are a member, thank you everyone who supports our show. We love you, and we want to give you all the love. Come hang out with us in the community circle where we kind of nerd out and hang out. That's where kind of our community hangs. So any other last thoughts, guys? You guys good? Any final things you want to say? Live long and prosper, maybe.
Live long.
Live long and prosper.
There we go.
Toss
Henry
a coin to your
Cavill,
Witcher.
call me.
Maybe.
Yeah. Can Henry Cavill call
yeah.
us?
All right. We're gonna sign off, and these two ladies are just gonna share Henry Cavill pics. And,
You're gonna need a wet floor sign over here.
Yeah.
yeah.
Me too.
Until next time. We'll
Bye,
see you guys later on that note.
Bye.